What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and as usual, we're going to be going over the charts. Not a whole lot has happened. Sorry I didn't get a video out this morning. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll see I posted that they were pouring the concrete for the basement at the new house today. It is done, so amazing. They're doing an amazing job on that house. It's going up quick. Just some great all-around guys building it. So anyways, let's get into it. Make sure you guys take a second out, smash those thumbs up, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and make sure you're still subscribed. Some people got a hold of me saying YouTube was unsubscribing them. They had to go in and manually subscribe because they weren't getting my video updates. So make sure you do that. Let's take a look at some things here. So right now, what I want to show is we got about 25 minutes to close. It'll probably be closed by the time this, for the daily close, it'll probably be closed by the time this video comes out. But as you can see here, it looks like we're breaking this trend line. But remember, the RSI follows the body of the candle, not the wick. So if we do close above this trend line, we may get a bounce, and I'll show you what level. Like I said, it will have closed by the time this video goes out. But if we close below this line, that's bearish, guys. We will at least be coming down for the RSI. Probably it might be a pretty quick fall. As you guys know, the traditional markets had a little dump today. We'll see if that continues, but let's take a look at this real quick. Take a measured move here. Get a roundabout. That will get our RSI back down here into the 35 to 40 point range. This is starting to look like a Bart Simpson pattern. As you guys know, Bitcoin likes to do that. But one thing I do want to point out, so everybody's talking about, this huge rally, right? We're gonna take a look at that. This is the 4-hour chart. We will go into the 1 hour, then the weekly, and then the monthly chart. But I do want to go over some stuff on the 4-hour here, right? So this is such a huge rally, right? Let's go to where it started, right about 16.7 up to about 21.5. So say around 5,000 points, right? 30% rally. Holy crap. But you got to put these things in perspective, guys. People will get your emotions going with high percentages and things like that. But a 30% off of $16,000 price, right? If we zoom out, let's look at what was this drop here. And this was in about the same amount of time, this drop, right? And that was from 21.5. So the percentage is from 21.5, but that dropped about 27%, right? But what you have to look at, this is 27%, this is 25%. Let's look at one more thing up here, right? Let's look at this here where we had this big drop at 32.2. We're going to take a quick look at gold and silver. I'm still super bearish on that, guys. My charts are over a year old on that. Probably 2 years old now. Yeah, about 2 years old. Still playing out beautifully. We'll take a look at those at the end of this, but you see this 45%, right? But it was just a huge from a higher price. So let's take a look up here. So let's look at the size of this pump here, right? Let's go over here, look at the size of this pump, right? See, that's about the same size pump. That was from 45.5 to 52. So yep, about a $7,000 pump. Well, let's see what the percentage of that was for the pump. That was 14%, guys. And it was actually a bigger pump than this, right? $2,000 more dollars, 14%. So get off of that percentage pump and dump crap, right? So looking at this was from 45.3 all the way to 52. So about almost $9,000 this pump was. Hit the 200 EMA, got rejected. Let's look at this pump here, right? How big was that one? That was from 33,000 all the way up to 45, almost $13,000 pump, then a dump. And then we had another rally right here. What I'm trying to point out is that we've talked about this happening in a bear market, right? You're going to get rallies to get everyone bullish and emotional, and the bottom is in. We've heard the bottom is in all last year. We heard I'm going all in on Bitcoin a million times last year. I don't understand how people can go all in 100 times. When you go all in, you're all in. So if you went all in up here because this was the buy the dip, you don't have any more to go all in, right? I don't know. That is simple math, if you ask me. But anyways, what I'm saying, guys, is this isn't much of anything. And by as quick as it went up, I think it'll get erased just as quick, if not quicker. As you guys know, I do think we have lower lows coming in. Nevertheless, keep an eye on this RSI. We have about 20 minutes till close on this candle. If it closes down here, breaks this, guys, I think we will be seeing this come down pretty hard. Our first point of support is around 19.6, but we're going to look at it on the daily, right? So here's something else I wanted to point on daily. You guys know I love my measured moves. If we go off this wick here, this wick here, this wick here, this wick here, you can see it forms a sort of a wedge there, which we broke out of. If we take a measured move of that wedge, put it to where it broke out, bam, it nailed it. Too bad I didn't see that, but you can see it now just to show you what you look for in charts. That was almost perfect to the T, right? So if it comes back down, we're looking at about 18.7. Maybe get a bounce there. If we break down below, this becomes a resistance, and then our next stop is going to be somewhere in the 17,000 range. Once that breaks, I think we head down to 14. Once that breaks, we could use this measured move, and that would get us down to mid $5,000 range. Now, guys, you guys know my time frame. I think the bottom is going to be sometime in September or October. I still believe that, middle or end of this year. But if we are able to hold support here, we still, if traditional markets, just like today they dumped, guys, if they dump again tomorrow, this rally is probably over. But if it does have a pump tomorrow, Bitcoin depends solely on traditional markets. I don't care what anybody says, it does. It's a high risk asset with a lot of scams in its market that need to get washed out. Around 23,000 is where I'd see top. Now, in the bullish case, if we break that 23, then you could take a measured move of this, go all the way up here, and then possibly you could see that 31.5 that everyone's talking about. But anything below this 22.9 is stay bearish, right? Get above this, and I don't mean a wick above. I mean get up above and hold above this for a few days, and then consider that, because we know what happened over here, right? We had a perfect here. If we draw this in there, we had a perfect bear flag there, but we had a little wick come just above right here before crashing down. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, if you don't, my Twitter's down below. The links, all the links are down below. Definitely check them out. My socials are down there. My Prime XBT link. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. By far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like the scammy exchanges. You get multiple trades in, longs and shorts, all at the same time. Use my promo code Savvy50 and you'll get up to a $7,000 bonus. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. Anyways, let's get into it. And you can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all from one exchange instead of flopping around, right? So what else I wanted to point out here, this high to this high, higher high in the RSI, lower high in the price action. If this closes below 21,312, we're getting hidden bearish divergence there again, which is higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. This thing is rolling over. It's not looking good for the bulls. I know they're calling the bottom. Guys, the bottom's not going to be in until they quit calling the damn bottom. They've been calling the bottom all the way since way up here in the 60,000, right? We've heard it for over a year and a half. And they're getting super happy over a $5,000 pump because they're calling it a 35% pump. But if you went $5,000 from way up here, right? Let's say you go 5,000 from 48,000, right? Be 53,000. That would be, whoops, that's not even the right damn. It's on there. So if we're at 48,000, we pump 5,000. That would be to 48 to 53. That'd be a 10% pump. Guys, you got to look at this for what it is. This is a bear market rally to get people that don't know what the hell they're doing to buy in, to FOMO in, so these guys can sell. I told you this would happen all the way down. This is, if they sold everything all the way up here, right, it would have just crashed the market. So they sell off heavy. They get the FOMO in. They might even buy a little bit for the pump and let people buy in and think it's the bottom, and then they dump on them. And then they have to do that again. Otherwise, if they keep dumping, they won't get as much for their Bitcoin, right? That's how all markets work, guys. Markets are a great way to make money. It's not for, I guess you can, investors that buy early in some stuff, but you missed that boat on Bitcoin. But you can get in again at a very low price, probably the end of this year. Again, none of this is financial advice. What I'm sharing with you are my opinions and my views on the market. And hopefully you learn from these to do your own charting and make your own decisions. I have people ask me in the chats, what do I do now? Well, figure it out. I'm showing you what I do, how I do it, what I look for. So hopefully you'll learn. Every video has a lesson in it, right? Anyways, that's what I'm looking at, guys. There are my targets. I do believe it looks like we're going to roll over pretty hard here. And on our weekly, so you guys know I had talked about this weekly RSI. If it broke, we could be at our false bottom. So could this be the false bottom? It could be, but I still think our false bottom is still in February or March. Then we get a rally back up into the 14.9 range and then continuation down. I still see this happening. I think February or March, we'll see that 75 to 8,500. Unless we break that 55 EMA that has been and will remain the invalidation point of this chart. If we break that before going to the lower lows, then it is the turnaround. Now everybody says, well, then you missed the bottom. Well, I would rather miss this bottom and wait for opportunity to get in down here than to, buy here and it goes lower, just like it did over here. Guys, you got to look. So many people were buying here because people were telling them, buy the dip. Though the bottom's in. It did a rally, from 32.7 all the way to 40. So a $16,000 rally. Felt like the bottom was in. It was going to continue up. Bull market, lower or higher low. There it is. Over and over, guys. Same thing. Oh, the bottom's in. Oh, the bottom's in. The bottom's in. Now we're there again. Same thing, guys. Same exact thing. I can't stress enough. I try to warn people and I try to help people see the markets for what they are, but there are way too many echo chambers out there that think the bottom's in every day. They think every bounce is going to new all-time highs. This thing is going to take time, guys. I showed you how markets bottom. They take a long time to bottom in a macro. We've got a lot of time here, guys. Even if we bounce up higher, it'll come back down to these levels. All right. So this is what I mean. There's a macro bottom, right? We got a long ways before we see a macro bottom. Here's my gold chart. This is about 2 years old now, guys. Look for ABC. Still looking for it. Right here in the A, look at ABC. Then you had ABC. Now you have an AB. And then you should get a C. This has been my target for about 2 years. If that breaks, then I look for 1432. If that breaks, it is bad news for all markets. Remember, the DXY is the only thing that rises in true bear markets because big smart money is flooding into the dollar while they scare everybody else out because of inflation. The dollar is dead, blah, 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 right? Happens in all the big crashes. Most of you guys aren't. Well, I don't want to say most of you guys. Most of the people on YouTube watching crypto videos have no idea what's happened in the past with markets and what was happening in the world at those times. Being in that time really helps you understand the markets better. You can look back and see what happened all you want, but unless you were there, felt it, and seen it, you won't get the real feeling for it. So anyways, not that I seen the big Dow crash in the 20s, right? The Great Depression, but everything is lining up a lot like that. But I can say this is a lot like the 80s, So anyways, yeah, that's what I'm looking for there. It's same thing here, guys. You're just making higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action, hidden bearish divergence on big time frames, right? Same thing with silver. Same chart, guys. I've had these targets for silver. It's on the weekly. Let me put it on the daily so you can see them better. There's my targets for silver. 1562 is my first one. And remember, guys, I made these back in 2021. And then $7 for the low. Bad things happen if we get there. But either way, I think we still see at least this 15.6. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash those thumbs up. Make sure you share the video if you would. I appreciate it. It helps get the video out there. you know, tweet it on Twitter, do whatever. If you belong to a group, share them in there. Guys, just be careful out there. Could the bottom be in? It's possible. Do I think it is? I do not. Nothing has changed. Nothing at all, except you're getting a false rally, a bear market rally to get more people's money in and to take their money just to go to lower lows. It's happening over and over and over again. I explained it back on December 2nd, 2021, when I drew this, right? I told you there'd be pumps. Everybody wish they would have sold the last high. Then you get a big dump. They're scared. They wish they'd have sold. And then it starts rallying again. They don't sell. Some of them even buy more, only to make a lower low. Then they wish they would have sold up here. And it never lets them get back to those levels, right? We've still done nothing here. Nothing at all here except make a lower high, right? We just keep making lower highs. Let me go over here so you can see that. Lower high after lower high after lower high after lower high, guys. That's all we're getting. Be careful out there. I'm out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you don't forget to smash that like. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.